Part C of this problem, we're asked to write an equation in terms of x and y for the tangent to the curve, to the graph of the polar curve at the point where theta is equal to pi over 2. Well, the point where theta is equal to pi over 2 is right there, and we could plug in pi over 2 into that expression. Remember that cosine of pi over 2 is equal to 0, so 2 times 0 is 0, and we would get 1 for r in that case when theta is pi over 2. So what we're looking for then is the slope of the tangent line at that point, or actually the equation of the tangent line at that point. So let's assume the equation, the tangent line looks something like that. It may be not quite, my line may be not as steep as it should be, but it's going to look something like that. Well, we need two things for a tangent line. We need its slope and we need the point there. So the point, we do know it to be x equals 0 and y equals 1. But we still need to find out what the slope is. Well, the slope of a polar curve is going to be dy over dx, and that happens to just be dy d theta over dx d theta. And since we know those already, we can plug those in. So our formula for the slope of the curve at any point is going to be dy dx is equal to cosine theta minus 2 cosine 2 theta over negative sine theta plus 2 sine 2 theta. And all we have to do is plug into that theta is equal to pi over 2. Well, cosine of pi over 2 is 0, but 2 times pi over 2 is pi, and cosine of pi is negative 1, and negative 2 times negative 1 is going to give me positive 2. So my numerator winds up being positive 2. In the denominator, sine of pi over 2 is 1, and I want that to be negative. 2 times pi over 2 is pi, and sine of pi is 0. 2 times 0 is 0, so I'm going to end up with a 0 for the second term in the denominator. And so my slope is just negative 2. And so my tangent line is going to look something like y minus 1 is equal to negative 2 times the quantity x minus 0. Simplifying, we just get y is equal to negative 2x plus 1. And that does make sense because the y-intercept is 1. My slope was a little bit not steep enough. It actually has a slope of negative 2 instead of mine indicates it's around negative 1. But regardless, that's all we have to do for that particular problem. And this one is done.